Welcome to Driving Immersion for the immersive driving experience.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. The ever-tightening turns 1 and 2 will prove tricky in the slippery conditions here at Shanghai, and anyone that slides wide will lose a lot of time getting back on track. Turn 14 should still be the best place for overtaking, but we'll have to see some improvement in the weather before the drivers can take advantage of that DRS assistance. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Now I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Verstappen, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Sainz, Perez, Ricciardo and Lance Stroll, Norris, the Professor, Pierre Gasly and Ocon, Kvyat, Grosjean, Kimi Raikkonen and Kevin Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Russell, Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, let's see if we can push for a top 10 finishing position today.
Thanks for visiting us at Driving Immersion for more dramatic and exciting racing. Give us a like and click on subscribe or follow to join us for our next race.
So here's our setup for the race. It's raining right now, so we have only the intermediates that are expected, and we can actually change these over to the full wets, but there is no way to choose any of the dry tires. And as you can see here by the session forecast that it's going to be raining for the first half, maybe the water will stay on the road, and that's why we have the intermediate tires available to us for the whole race. But you can see there that the sun will come out, so we may just be changing the tires for the projected pit stop. And you can see here as well that we have a full tank of fuel. There's nothing we can do to add more, so at some point we will be running lean or doing something to conserve fuel. But we are ready for the race.
So as we consult the map here, we are going off in a clockwise direction.
Let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
As we come into turn 1 here, you want to be on the brakes by the time you reach the stripes on the right-hand side. And this is turn 1 here. Turn 2 is when we touch the apex here on the right. Again, the red and white curbs. Turn 3 here, and you'll want to start accelerating in 3rd gear. By the time you reach the curbs on the right hand side, you want to be in 5th. And we do that in a rain just so that we can limit the amount of wheel spin from acceleration. So turn 5, we go to a very sharp turn 6 down to 2nd or 3rd gear.
So the tires are cold, there's really not much we can do to warm them up.
Turn 7 here on the left. Start braking here in turn 8, down to 4th and 3rd gear. And by the time we reach turn 9, this very sharp left, we want to be in 2nd. And this is going to be a double apex turn here into turn 10. So a very short straight, and you want to be on the throttle as soon as you can straighten the car out into turn 11, which is very slow, very sharp, and will unbalance your car. Same here with turn 12. as it is off camber at the top. Turn 13 here, there's banking, but your car is taking a lot of lateral force, so you'll have to be easy on the throttle to shoot down the long straight here. In the DRS zone now, onto heavy braking, down to turn 14, another very sharp right-hander. Turn 15 here is also a right-hander, so very slight kink.
On the grid, just a little bit. There we are. The car is in full automatic right now. And we will be placed onto our grid spot automatically.
Okay, we're ready for the start. So it's not a bad start. We actually got a good bite on the clutch. A little banging there with the racing point. And as with any start, you'll always want to at least keep your place. So behind the wheel, visibility is actually not that great. Coming in to take another dive in the racing point. A little bump there with the tires. Slide way out under heavy braking, and there's somebody on our left.
Nearly lost it there.
Looking ahead at Perez there in the pink racing point. Wonder if we're going to be able to race with him today. And right behind us is going to be Esteban Ocon with Lando Norris just behind him. Our first trip down the long straight, and you can see that we're falling behind already.
Very messy.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Very gradual braking there from turn 1 to turn 2, and very gradual acceleration here out to 3 and 4.
Very carefully out of there.
Heavy braking, we're going to be locking up there quite a lot today, especially if it's going to remain wet.
Use the overtake button and have a go.
So again, you can see that we are starting with a deficit of fuel.
We're definitely overshooting. I think it's number 13.
But at this point, on lap 2, we're only less than a lap.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
And with the rain continuing on as it is, we won't be running into the rich fuel mixture too often. We will use it on the straights here just to get a good top speed. Here we are just battling with Landon Norris in the McLaren. Now later on when the track dries, that's going to be a very important DRS zone. Again, very tricky section here. Turn 3 on our left. That was 4, and here we are in 5. Very slippery on the exit as you want to accelerate as soon as you can just to get some speed going on this long straight. Here's the DRS zone.
Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still on the right time for the time being.
Riding now with Esteban Ocon. He seems to have gotten around the McLaren. And there is a dry line forming already on the track, as you can see. But still quite a lot of spray from the tires, so there's still a lot of water. I like to come in wide in turn 1 so that I can clip the apex at 2. Oh. Trouble with Esteban Ocon. Looks like the Renault is going to retire. Don't know quite what happened.
No overtaking. Reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Don't know what the caution is for. Too many buttons on the steering wheel.
Got to reach the car queue here, and yes, there is definitely a dry line forming.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Lap 5 now. It's possible that the rain has stopped and won't fall again, or it could continue on later on, as we do expect the rain until halfway through the race. Riding with Valtteri Bottas behind the safety car here. This is our 4th race of the season, and each race has had at least one safety car. Again, great feature detail here with Formula One. Certainly a very important aspect of racing. I believe we are here riding with Valtteri Bottas looking back onto Lewis Hamilton in the other Mercedes. We can see that one of the Red Bulls is in third, I believe. That may be Verstappen. So still a lot of spray here from the tires. It's certainly less than what it was when we first started the race, as there is a drying line. So as soon as the track clears, we're going to wait for the safety car to turn his lights off, and that's when we know we will get back to racing. But right now, still has his lights on. Again, riding with Lando Norris, looking at the 66 just up ahead.
It looks like it has stopped raining. And we now have a surplus of fuel. Tires are down 10 degrees in front.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
So we've been under the safety car for the last couple of laps. You can see there the tires are 146 and 147 degrees, so it's cold. It is a cool day in the rain here in Shanghai, but we're going to have to warm those tires up for them to function properly. Looks like Valtteri is crawling us into turn 16 here. Or turn 14 and 15. There we go. It sounds like he's taken off and everybody's following suit. And at this point, we should be under the green flag. You can see there that the McLaren is close in tow, and he may be able to get around us as we're waiting for our tires to warm. But he should also be experiencing the same condition with his tires.
Tires are very, very cold.
So this is the first rain race of the season so far, and we're getting acclimated to what we need to do to have the car in proper form.
Strategy is available on the MFD. Confirm.
So the pits have just radioed in. There's a new strategy, and of course it's going to be going onto dry tires. end up changing out of these intermediate tires before they get warm enough to be of any use, just because the track is drying so fast. And again, we don't know if it's going to start raining again. You can see here that cars are coming in, and we are coming in as well. So we are with the first batch of cars that are coming in to change out of the intermediate tires. But you can see a lot of them are coming in.
Nick is coming in for his stop.
We're gonna be stacked.
So the yellow tires are the medium tires, and in good weather they're rated for, I believe, 31 or 32 laps. Which is just double what the super softs or the red tires are rated for. And I suppose if you drive well, you could probably keep them on for a little bit longer than that. So getting up to temperature here, they're still about 20 degrees cool. But you can see here that most of the spray from the track has gone and disappeared. There's just a little bit showing up. So certainly it was the right decision to come in and change out of the intermediates. Driving here now with Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri, looking onto the 66.
I'm really gonna wait before I start pushing these tires.
Now he had come in and changed tires as well when we did. So we are sprinting now down the long straight here into 14 and 15, and it looks like I've gotten around. He's coming back on the inside, but we're going to be turning left, and I've got the lane. There we go.
DRS is now enabled.
Coming up to Lando Norris, a little tap there. He's actually going very slow, and obviously it's because he just came out with new tires, and he's got the reds, so he's going to be going a little bit faster than us now. I believe in practice the reds were 1.6 seconds faster than the yellows per lap, so if we don't get by him, he's just going to disappear.
We can start pushing.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.2 seconds.
Still riding with Gasly here, and he gets inside. And he was behind us through the DRS trap, so he will have his DRS available and I won't. But you can see here the 66 has dived in.
We're accumulating some wear on the MG UK.
So I just got a radio that the MG UK is starting to wear. And this is our fourth race with the MG UK. So it will probably be due for a change out after this race. Riding now with Kimi Räikkönen, looking on to
Battery
the
charge
AlphaTauri.
speed is suffering, and if it gets much...
Turn 7, 8, and again 9 and 10 here are double apex. And you want to straighten out 10 as much as possible so you can accelerate out of to this short straight. So Gasly had a good run on us, but we chopped him off on the exit. Here we go again through the DRS trap, and you can see that he will have it available to him as well as Kimi Räikkönen here. So let's just see what they can do. We are ahead of these two. So no answer. And throughout the race we are using our ERS boost on the long straights as long as we have grip. Very slow here again. You can see once we start accelerating, the green indicator there shows that we have the boost turned on. And it's actually meant as an overtake boost, but we can use it at any time throughout the lap. And it just provides more power to the wheels from the electric motor. So that's Pierre Gasly. He's in for a challenge here. Going through turn 13 now.
Use your overtake button for more power. We need to push.
And yes, we are going to use the boost button so that he doesn't get close, even though he may have DRS available to him. You can see that he's gaining little by little, but it's just not enough. So we have AlphaTauri and a Haas just behind us. Correction, that is a Alfa Romeo, AlphaTauri, and then the Haas. Riding back with Gasly here, going through turn 2. At this point, we will be on the boost.
Gap to car in front is 5.7 seconds.
Just to make sure that nobody is able to sneak up behind us.
Gasly is on reds. That's why he's faster.
Yes, he put on the reds when we both pitted, but if he doesn't get by us pretty soon, it's not going to be worth anything. And I believe the reds...
Reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep the temps under control.
So I believe the reds, the soft tires, will peak at about 7 laps. 4 to 7 laps, and will start to decline. And after 15 laps, they will drop off very quickly to the point where you'll want to change them out, even though they are still less than 50% worn. So we can see there too that the Alfa Romeo is also on reds. I also have thought to go on the reds after the intermediate tires. However, we still don't know if it was going to continue on raining, and you can see that the sky is getting lighter here now, and the track is definitely drying. But I only have 2 sets of fresh reds. So I thought that while the grip is still not that great with a drying track, I thought the medium or the yellow tires would be better worn. Again, my thinking is that as the race comes to an end, the car gets lighter. You'll want the grippier tires, and that way we can make more speed from the grip. Again, looking back at Pierre Gasly with Kimi Räikkönen right in tow. Now they should be going faster because they both have the red tires, and they'll do better here in the twisty parts. However, they are unable to pass me on the straights just because I'm using my rich fuel mixture and my DRS boost at the same time, and again that allows me greater top speed. Now, you may have been barely able to see there the speed indicator on the steering wheel. We are definitely not reaching our top speeds that we were able to obtain during the practice and time trials. And that's simply because the engine's starting to show wear. After 4 races, I may be about 60% wear on most components. So again, the car is just not going that fast, but we really need to have some results here in Shanghai. If you have been following with the series, we scored points in the Australian Grand Prix, but the Bahrain and the Hanoi Grand Prix, we were not able to get into the points. So we're doing reasonably well here with the yellow tires. Keeping them back, you can see that as we are coming out of turn 13, we were on the boost. On the boost again, just trying to get to 200 miles an hour. And that was one of the few times that we're going to come into turn 14 properly. line of cars behind us, but nobody is hurrying us right now. We do have Gasly here. I believe he has the DRS open down the straight. But again, just not enough space for him to get around. There we are, Red Bull just came out of the pits. I believe that is Verstappen. And I don't know why he had switched onto the Reds. Maybe he had a set of scrubbed ones just before this. But we were able to get inside and get around, as this is his basically installation lap. Just trying to get the new tires up to speed, up to temperature. And at this point of the season, the Red Bull and the AlphaTauri there should be better developed than our car. All three of these cars are actually using the Honda power plant. But again, our team is a new team, and their teams have developed equipment, so they should be going faster. And the fact that we're in front is a good indication, even though our equipment is not as developed. And you can see here Verstappen is challenging. He will have the DRS open here, and you can see that his rear wing is open. So we should have about 8-10 miles per hour higher speed, but again, just not enough room. Riding here with Verstappen. We're definitely going to give him a good race, but when's he going to get by? Oh, a little slip there. It looks like it's going to be a race down the long straight. He is within distance to activate his DRS. We are on the boost right away. There he is, coming around to the right-hand side. I'm going to draft him a little bit and sneak in on his right. So I take the inside of the corner. And I may just do this all day. Couple of cars rushing into the pits. One of them was an AlphaTauri. But we've still got a race here with Max. And I'm not giving him an open door. Well, he got in. I'm still there, wheel to wheel. And I'm going to unbrake him. Back in attack mode immediately and right under our wing. Turn 13 down the long straight. We're going to have to fend him off again. I wonder how we're going to do it. He's got his DRS open now. You can see he's definitely gaining speed. Not enough room.
Just close the door.
Hard to pass through 1, 2, and 3. If you're going fast at all, the grip is at its limit already. Be another race down the straight. Let's see how he does. Again, he does have his DRS available to him, and right now he's on boost. So he attacks early, and that's going to give us a chance to get right behind and draft. And we're going to try to outbrake him again. We are on the inside, bang wheels a little bit, and he stays there. And he backs off just enough that we can get around in his right. DRS zone again. 1, 2, and 3. I will have the advantage as I'm on my left when we exit. There we are. So a lot of wheel rubbing there, and you can see there that the Ferrari has gotten through.
Stand on it.
Hard braking, the Ferrari had outbraked us, and I believe that's Charles Leclerc. If he is on his reds, he will disappear. No, he's on his yellows.
That's just how much faster their motors are. Nudging me on the left there.
More bumping with Max there.
It's Max.
Running their ERS down to single digits. So we are using our boost as much as we can. Meanwhile, Lando Norris, no, that's Carlos Sainz. He is just waiting to get through.
4 laps.
Right now, I've been able to close the door on everything that Verstappen has been trying to do, because once he gets by, we will not be able to catch him. Here we are, another attempt. I'm on the inside, so there's really not much going on. You can see there that Carlos Sainz has gotten around Verstappen, and in fact, Verstappen is being challenged by Alex Albon, his teammate. So the Red Bulls are together. So lap 25, if you had changed onto your soft tires on lap 9, your tires should be wearing pretty soon. And it's kind of why we didn't go with the red tires or the soft tires, so that perhaps we could circumvent the rest of the cars going into the pits here. So Carlos Sainz on the chase, and I believe this will be one of the Red Bulls that we are riding with. There we are, he's got his DRS open and he's able to get around. Not able to outbrake us though, and you can see right there that I came right back to the right hand side and I closed the door so that even if he could accelerate sooner and faster, there's no space for him. And we're going into another DRS zone here. You can see his rear wing is open. Oh, and we bang wheels there. So it looks like Sainz has turned around on turn 2. And certainly out of the challenge now. So Verstappen and Albon back on the attack. And there's also a racing point in the back there, and I believe that would be Lance Stroll. So the pit strategy now is to switch on to the soft tires as soon as these medium or yellow tires are starting to slow down or decline. And our strategy actually includes 2 more reds so that we can use them for the race, and they will be faster. But that will be at least 17 to 27 seconds of lost time coming in and out of the pits. just saw a Red Bull shoot into the pits. I believe that was Verstappen.
Gap to teammate behind is 30.0 seconds.
And that is Albon right behind us. So Max did come in for another set of tires. Which is kind of early, and he just put on those reds a few laps ago, so he must be having trouble with the car. Don't know exactly what it is, but he's in for his second stop already. So we're racing with Alex Albon now, and you can see there that Lance Stroll is not too far behind, with another McLaren just behind him. Oh, and I must have clipped his nose coming into the turn 9 there. He definitely backed off quite a bit. He is at this point more than 1 second behind, so he will not have his DRS available to him. And you can see here that we're just touching onto our boost, waiting for it to regenerate a little bit more so that we'll have an answer for when somebody challenges behind us. So right now you're looking at our pit strategy. The pit window opens on lap 32, in which case I can change out of these yellow tires.
Seconds. Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your
Looks
delta.
like our...
Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Looks like our teammate is out of the race. There was a... There we are. I'm actually reviewing here the strategy. I can put on another set of mediums and finish the race at this point when I come in. Again, that will be on lap 32.
Mick is out of the race.
Three cars behind me come in to change out. Their soft tires that they put on in lap 8 or 9 are worn. And we would normally be on this cycle, but again we opted for the yellow tires, and that's why we can go on a few more laps. If you put on reds now, you'll have to come in again. So you'll still need 2 sets of tires to finish the race if you come in now. Still under the yellow here, you can see the yellow lights flashing on the steering wheel. Safety car again. There's the wear on our yellows. You can see that we're still in the 30%. Here's what happened to our teammate Mick Schumacher. You'll see he's in the other car, same livery as ours. Coming in through 13 here, down the long straight. And you can see there that his engine just grenaded. Got struck by another car, and he's just waiting to pull off, but he is actually on the line where there's heavy braking, and that's maybe why it's taking a long time to clean up the track. But he's definitely out of the race. Another retirement, I believe. He's had 3 retirements in the last 4 races. But that kind of thing is good for our rivalry. So again, we're due to come in just 3 laps. I don't know how much longer this yellow is going to, or full course safety car is going to continue on. But we are looking here at our tire wear. Again, we are still in the low 30s. Lights are still on in the safety car. Watching Charles Leclerc there in the Ferrari. So next time around, it'll be time to come in and change out of these tires. I will be changing out of them early. Again, that will be our last stop if I choose to put on another set of yellows. Riding with Lance Stroll, looking at the 66. So I can see there that the Mercedes has let the safety car go a little bit. He may be backing us up. I can't quite see the safety car. There we are. He is coming in. I was looking for the yellow lights to be turned off, but he was just too far away, and that's pretty much why the Mercedes up front had slowed us down. So now that everybody's taking off, not the best time to come in and change out of the tires, so I'm going to opt out of the pits.
The track is clear. Green flag.
And that was a long safety car period, and you can see here that our tires are cooled. Everybody's on the red soft tires, and I get swamped right away. Even the AlphaTauri is able to get around, and you can see there that a couple of Red Bulls are back under our wing. And the Racing Point certainly has gotten around. A little touch there with the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
And I'm definitely going to need these tires to come up to temperature real fast. If I don't get back up there to the cars in front of me, they are going to drop us behind on the long straights. Meanwhile, I had changed the pit strategy, if you were able to see on the lower right hand of your screen. Now that we had missed our pit stop, I'm going to have to see how much longer I can go on these yellows. There we are. So I get a good run at Pierre Gasly. We may still be able to use the DRS here on this short straight along the start-finish line.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
So that was for our original pit strategy. Obviously, I'm not going to come in now because everybody's back up to speed, and I will just have to work with this set of tires. Of course, you can see how we're doing there, so I have second thoughts. Maybe it's time to come in. So within a matter of a lap, I have lost 4 spots already. Now it should take a couple of laps, maybe 1.5 laps to get the yellows back up to temp. So I'm still trying to see how they're doing right here. I could still dive into the pits and change into another set of tires right now. There is the Red Bull on our outside. I'm able to outbrake him. Coming into 14 and 15. So at this point I could dive in, and I decide to stay in. Just because I was able to outbrake the Red Bull, I still have pretty satisfactory grip out of these tires, so I'm going to try to use them up a little bit longer. And I can come into the pits anytime at this point and change out. Went very wide there, and you can see that the Red Bull has gotten around. Here comes Lance Stroll, also looking to get around. So I have my DRS available to me, and I'm going to try to see what I can do with this Red Bull. And he may have just started braking too early, but I'm able to sneak in. We do bang tires, but in the end I get around. So at this point I'm still looking at the pit strategy on the screen here, and I'm still trying to decide if I should come in and change out of these tires. actually get a good run out down a long straight here. But with this DRS open, you can see how much faster the racing point is. But again, I still have pretty good tires, so I'm still able to outbrake him. Now for the race, when it started in the rain, I had actually set the brake bias to 52% in the front.
Okay,
So it's
gap ahead is 5.3 seconds.
So the brake split is nearly even, and you can see here that it's still working pretty well in the dry. Normally you'd have a little bit more in the front under heavy braking, as long as it's straight, so that your front wheels can do more of the brake work. But it's working out so far, and I'm able to outbrake the Red Bull. And you can see there on the last run down the back straight, I was able to outbrake the Racing Point. There we are, you can see the brake bias. And every time that little window on the lower right hand screen of your screen comes up, I am using the fuel mixture. I've got nothing on the Red Bull here, but I am able to outbrake him again. As long as I take the inside, he can't come around. Now I also have the front sway bars set at 5, so you would think that it would be very stiff, and you'd end up locking your brakes on these heavy braking corners. But right now it's actually doing pretty well to get the grip down to the tires. Normally what you would like to do is have the roll bar very soft in the front for heavy braking, and that way the suspension can absorb some of the shock that would be normally going through the tires to make them skid.
6.8 seconds.
So yeah, the car in front of us, the McLaren, has gotten away. Now keep in mind that he's got at least one more stop with his reds. Here we are, I'm on the inside again just to make sure nobody can come around. Not much of a challenge that time from the Red Bull. Wheel to wheel, but again, there's only one track through 1, 2, and 3. So lap 37 now. By now, I have decided that we are going to stick with these yellows that are pretty close to 40 or 50% worn now, and we have to get them at least to lap 40 or lap 41, and that way we can finish off with just one more stop by putting on the reds, which are only good for about 12 or 15 laps. We've actually done pretty well with this set of mediums to have not only just lasted this long, but to be able to keep the challengers behind. Riding here with, I believe this is Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes. And he's going to be faster than either of these cars ahead of him, so he will just... oh, he's coming into the pits. So it's possible that he may be going on to a set of yellows, so we can do about 20 laps or so. Now you can see here that Alex Albon has gotten around us. And the only thing we can do here is make sure that we're at the very right spot so that we can accelerate early. And hopefully have a run on him. Here we are. We do have a run on him. And we take the inside, but he's still there on our right side now. And it's going to be a long turn to the left. He does back off, and I remain ahead of him. Coming on to the double apex left turn here. There's really no passing at this point. He's got a run, he's got his DRS open. I'm still on the inside. And he's not going to be able to do it. I believe that's Valtteri Bottas there in the Mercedes now. Yep, and he should get by pretty quick. Not too much drama. So you can see there that he's got a lot of grip accelerating out of turn 3 and coming into 4 and 5. And that's kind of the problem that we have with our car. It was more evident in the rain in that we had to really wait before we can really accelerate out of the corner there to come onto that short straight, and we were losing a lot of time. And you can see a lot of the other cars are able to take off a lot sooner than we were. So hopefully that's something that we can solve in the next race. Perhaps it's a matter of sway bar or suspension or camber and toe and so on. But definitely a problem. Could be the differential setting as well. There we are. Valtteri has gotten around us, and we were racing with him at that point. Lap 39 now. Again, I need to make it to 40 or 41 with this set of tires. So I just checked the strategy again. It's still showing a set of mediums to be put on when I come into the pits, and that's something that we have to change so that we can have the reds put on. So you can see there that the Mercedes has taken off within a lap. He's put at least 10 car lengths between us, and the Ferrari's catching up here. Can't quite make out who that is. I think that should be Vettel. I see a white helmet.
Oh, it's this lap.
I call in the command to pit this lap. And hopefully once we get onto the soft tires there, we will have a lot of speed more available to us. You can see there that everybody had gone on. There we are, our last stop, and a set of reds. So I come out in the flurry of cars, each and every single one of them I'm racing. Now the AlphaTauri is on mediums and they should be somewhat worn by now. So I was able to get through the corner a lot easier than he was. And again, the red tires come in to temp relatively fast. You can see here that I'm starting to gain distance. That's Max Verstappen again behind us. So we were doing very well with the set of yellows that we had. Very wide through there onto the rumble strips. So we're looking on to George Russell now in the Williams.
The car behind is 1.5 seconds.
We are racing with him at this point, and he is getting caught pretty fast. So within just a matter of turns, we were able to knock off 1 second off of him. Now I still have DRS at this point. You can see there that we are using the boost for quite a long time, and again you can make up a lot of time there on that straight. But now we are directly challenging George Russell here on the boost again with the DRS open.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
And we actually achieved the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:36. Oh, a little bump there with Russell. But we get around and we start dropping him very quickly. So the soft tires here are up to speed, and we're actually making a lot of time. Even the Red Bull of Max Verstappen behind us is starting to fall back. There is just a McLaren ahead of us.
Some information on Verstappen. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Oh, it seems he's having a problem with his car. And he's still 2 cars behind us. So lap 44 or 56.
The car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep this up.
Lap 44 or 56. And we have the fastest lap right now. Hopefully we can hang on to it. Still quite a lot of time to the end of the race, but that would certainly be great to have the fastest lap.
Gap to car in front is 5.2 seconds.
Very cleanly through there. On the boost, we don't have anybody in front of us now, so we can't use our DRS.
Turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
So this car's got a lot of wear, and I'm just hoping that it doesn't explode, because we're actually doing pretty well right now. We are definitely running into points. There should still be a couple of cars ahead of us that still are due for another pit stop. So let's see how this goes. Catching this crowd of cars pretty quick. I just need to get under the wing there, under the DRS. So right now I'm looking at Carlos Sainz and Pierre Gasly, who did pass me when the long course safety or long safety car turned green. So it did pay off to put on a new set of reds, and I think that is Gasly coming in. Yep, that's Gasly coming in for a set of tires. So 12th place now. Lap 46 of 56, 10 laps to go. You can see there that we are running our ERS down to single digits. right up now to the McLaren. The soft tires are definitely paying off here. I'm in the draft. The McLaren tries to take the inside, but I come into the inside and take his inside, and I pass 2 cars in 1 turn.
Gap ahead is 4.5 seconds. Some information on Vettel. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down. Maintain a positive delta. Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
So I had to nearly stop there because the time was expiring for me to slow down.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
Okay, back to green flag racing. That didn't last very long, but we are now in 9th place. So here's what happened to Vettel in the replay. Oh, another engine grenade. So he was able to pull off, and that's why there was only a short yellow session.
In this lap, push now.
So the pits still think I'm coming in for another set of reds. Obviously I'm not. I actually had a chance in the practice sessions to run a set of red tires all the way down to about 17 laps, and they did really fall off at 15. So I expect that we're still going to be able to drive them to the end of the race. And that's why we declined to go in and change into another set of reds. That would just be too much time lost, and you can see there that there's a McLaren behind us, and that's going to take us out of the points again if we come in and change. So not much of a challenge from anyone right now, so we're just going to try to finish the race just this way. In fact, the tires are still actually pretty good, and I'm still trying to reach up to the car in front of us. I believe that is one of the racing points. 2 cars ahead of us we're still racing with, and they're anything from 5 to 6 seconds ahead at this point. Again, there's still a few laps left, so I'm still trying to reach up to them. And as long as I can get close, I may be able to outbrake them as I have throughout most of this race. Now we have quite a few number of things in development, including a under tray and motor generator units and so on, but they will be coming on in the next 3 or 4 races, so still quite a ways to go with development. That's one of the things that's really slowing us down from challenging further close to the front. We've been able to achieve most of the points in the practice sessions. But there's still not enough available to really delve into development of the car here. And we may also consider...
We think you're going to start losing some tire grip around now.
They should be halfway through their life right now. So you can see there that we have a car in sight, and that was the racing point of Lance Stroll. And he's 3 or so seconds ahead of us. Lap 51 and 56,
You're
3
increasing
seconds.
the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
The 3 seconds is still doable. There he is. He's just disappearing out of our screen, out of our view.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.7 seconds.
So lap 51 and 56, we still have the fastest lap. It would be nice to finish the race with the fastest lap. I don't think we're going to be able to go any faster than that at this point, as these red tires are starting to wear.
Charge.
There he is again, just disappearing from sight. So speed and timing are getting critical here. If I don't start gaining on him at least 1 second a lap, I may not be able to get around him. And while these red tires are actually still doing pretty well, I'm thinking that his medium or yellow tires should start wearing pretty soon as well. But again, they will have a longer life than the reds. And maybe that's why he's able to keep the distance. way off there.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.5 seconds.
So we're actually losing time to Lance Stroll. And 53 now, 56. We are safe from the McLaren behind us. At least as long as we don't fall off the track. Big lock up there. I'm still trying to drive the car hard. Just trying to see if we can knock some of that 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds off. Got our boost on already. We don't have another car close by that we can activate our DRS. There he is. Not bad. But Lance Stroll is still able to maintain that distance. Now at this point I'm using as much of the fuel mixture and the ERS as I can.
The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Gap to car in front is 2.8 seconds.
So I have brought it down to 2.8, so less than 3. You can see there that he's a little bit closer now.
Can't make any headway on Stroll up front.
Hamilton has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
I just lost the fastest lap. So I still have a surplus of fuel.
The car
And you
ahead
can
is
see
beginning to pull away.
our ERS is down to single digits.
Can't get there with it.
So we'll have one more lap after we cross the start-finish line here, and he is kind of disappearing ahead of us here.
Final lap of the race.
So he's got a good lead on us now, and there's no way that we're going to be able to catch him unless he makes a mistake, falls off the track, or has catastrophic failure. So we just want to make sure that we finish the race ahead of the McLaren behind us. Again, we are in points paying position here.
Gap ahead is 5.7 seconds.
Yep, he's strung out the lead. Not going to get him. So Valtteri Bottas has just crossed the start-finish line to finish the race. And Lewis Hamilton has the fastest lap, but we are still on the lead lap. Which is a great achievement for a beginner or a new team. If you may remember, last 3 races we had been lapped by the leader. So there we are, 9th place. Very challenging race, a lot of bumping going on.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team. And they certainly deserve it.
So there's your top 3. Valtteri Bottas, there is Daniel Ricciardo, and then Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Didn't look like anyone else had as much grip as we did.
It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
F1 is a team sport. We all put in an extreme amount of effort.
How do you feel the weather affected the outcome today?
It changed the strategies, but the top drivers still performed the best.
You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there?
No one is at fault. We're both great drivers. Sometimes these things happen.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks for visiting us at Driving Immersion for more dramatic and exciting racing. Give us a like and click on subscribe or follow to join us for our next race.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I think for driver of the day, I'd probably pick Lando Norris. He lived up to every inch of his reputation today, and I think he'll be going home, quite rightly, a bit proud of himself.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.